Hello everyone, hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. And let's start the discussion without wasting any time. And technical glitches will be there, so you cannot do anything about it. So yes, we are talking
Hello everyone,
about.
hope I'm audible and visible to all of you.
Let's continue the discussion. So we are talking about today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. What we will do, we will cover today's article also, and tomorrow's article also, and day after tomorrow, 31st article. At the same time, like today, we will also see the important articles of 19th, 20th, and 22nd December. Tomorrow we'll see, along with 30th, we'll see the important articles of 23rd December, 24th December, and 25th December. And same way we will go on 31st also. So that by 31st, we have covered almost all the important articles of these days, important articles. So we are talking about 19th December 2025, important articles, like, which are relevant from exam perspective. Dhruv 64 microprocessor, just a one liner, keep it in mind. We will talk about it. This will be a recurring news. Dhruv V64, they can give you. What is it? It's a form of AI, this and that, or it's a, anything. It's a new environmental regulation measure, this and that. So it's a microprocessor. Keep that in mind. 19th December 2025, I have already told you, we'll talk about AI boom, a bubble. Now, if you come to 20th December, there has been an editorial which is there on page number 8, which talks about defense expenditure and how research is needed and all those things, defense industrial base. Again, a recurring phenomena. You can read it in your meantime. Like, if you have time and if you have read it, good. But you can read this article. This is actually a good article. We'll talk about it in future as well. But one thing which we'll talk about today is 20th December, this article, government to increase reservation for Agniveers and CAPF to 50%. So this CAPF thing, GS3, internal security, we have talked about CAPFs and how they are different from paramilitary forces, how they are different from military forces, but we have not talked about Agniveer, so to say. I don't remember covering it, so we'll cover it today. We'll do this today in detailed analysis. So, and what else? Bustard, H12, Great Indian Bustard. And companies also have they also have to, corporates have fundamental duty to protect the ecosystem, asserts Supreme Court. Again, an environmental related news. We have talked about Great Indian Bustard. You can read it in your free time if you have time. But again, these kind of news, we have covered it. So it's not like it's something new, unlike the Agniveer thing, which is a new thing, which we have to talk about. Now, if you come to 22nd December 2025, there was, and like on this particular day rather, I got so many messages from people that, sir, today so many science related article came and we needed you to cover it because nobody covers it better than you. Again, let's focus, guys. So there are articles, and on 22nd December, some tough science and tech articles came. So the Southern Ocean, oh my God, my voice is stammering. Southern Ocean carbon anomaly, we will cover it today because this is tough. This is not easy to understand, so we'll cover it today. Generally, we cover one science article, but on this particular day, this will be an exception. There is something, another term, or there's another term which is important, which is known as super kilnova. So again, we'll cover this as well today. What is super kilnova and how it is different from supernova and kilonova and all those stuff. And apart from these two articles, there was another article written by Sonia Gandhi ma'am on 22nd December, page number 10, again related to Manrega or Narega. So you can read it in your free time. Even if you're not reading it, is fine. We have covered Narega earlier. And then what India can learn from China when it comes to curbing pollution. Lessons from China on tackling pollution. Do read it in your free time. These are recurring news. This will come again and again. Cool, sir. So 22nd December, we'll cover two articles today. 20th December, we will cover one article. 19th December, we'll cover one article today. Now, if we come to today's newspaper, so there are different news which are there, and I will discuss what news we are going to cover. Page number 6, if we come. So, a grand vision and the great Indian research deficit, written by Shashi Tharoor. If Shashi Tharoor writes something, it becomes important. But again, we have talked about research deficit and R&D, research and development. Only D is the thing which is getting developed in India. Development happens. Research is very nil, and that's what Shashi Tharoor is talking about here. 17.5% of world's population producing 3% of world's research output, which is actually not adequate. So this is a good article, but what articles we are covering, I will tell you. Page number 6, only minorities. Modi sir is participating in Christmas service, but then there are so many things which are happening. Just like in Bangladesh, you talk about, a Hindu getting lynched and all. So same kind of things or similar kind of stuff, not to a greater scale, but hope you're understanding where I'm going with this. So this article is saying that protect minorities. Lynching of a Muslim happened in Bihar. We have talked about it in the summer month. people are talking about what is happening in Bangladesh, lynching of a Hindus. How many people are talking about lynching of a Muslim in Bihar, which happened in December? Nobody, right? So there has to be protection of minorities, which must go beyond symbolism. That's what this article is talking about. Then there is an article on Myanmar elections and all, and how it's just a facade. So you can read this. Then there's an article on Iran-India ties, which we have discussed earlier. We keep on talking about it in future. But then there are more articles than, or more important articles than these articles. We do due respect to these articles. There is a phenomena we have talked about, Dutch disease and resource curse. That how there are some countries which have a lot of resource, but they are not developing the way they should be developing. Venezuela resource curse. This article is about that. Now, what are the articles which we are going to cover today? Again, science and tech article because nobody takes it, and even if people take it, they don't explain it properly. Alaknanda will cover it today. What is the meaning of spiral galaxy? How it is different from an elliptical galaxy? What is irregular galaxy? What are different classifications of galaxies according to Hubble or Hubble Space Telescope? And how it is different from James Webb Space Telescope. So we have to talk about a lot of stuff. Good morning, Rishi. So we'll talk about it today. This article we are going to cover today, Alaknanda, and then page number 9, rare earth. We have talked about rare earth elements, but then there are some tricky terms here which we have to look into. And this is actually a good article, comprehensive article, which will give you a overall phenomena. Why rare earth elements? They include 15 lanthanides, but why they are including scandium and yttrium? What is the reason behind that? We'll see the periodic table of chemistry and we'll try to understand it. So let's start the discussion. There are so many articles which we have to cover today because we have some pending news to cover, right? So let's start without wasting any time. This was just a brief overview. 19 to 29 December, as I have told you, today we'll cover 19, 20th, 22nd, and 29th. Tomorrow we'll cover 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 30th. My name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can join this Telegram channel. I will share this Hindu analysis PDF by 9:30 a.m. or whenever I'm done. But yeah, by 9:30 a.m. it will be uploaded there. The unannotated Hindu analysis PDF. Yesterday, that is on 18th, I gave you this particular question with reference to Narega, and that's why we are not discussing articles related to Narega. We have already discussed it. So MCQ 10, guys, what is the answer of this particular question? Chepandis, Chepu Telsu Ledu fast. If you know the answer, you can state it in the comment section. Otherwise, I will tell you, I will give you 10, 20 seconds, Rishi and other people. It provides a legal guarantee of wage employment to rural households. The scheme is supply driven with annual employment limits fixed by union government. Failure to provide work within the stipulated period attracts an unemployment allowance. Which of the statement given ever is or are correct? 1 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So if you see this particular question, Manrega, Narega, UPSC has already asked PYQs. We have solved those PYQs in our previous Hindu analysis. It's not a supply driven program, guys. It's a demand driven program. So demand driven program means, Nisha has given the answer for 10th question. Very good, Nisha. Very good, Gitika. So demand driven program means I can demand that I want to work. If I am in rural area and if I'm willing to do unskilled manual labor work, I can demand it from government and they have to provide me work. So earlier it was like this is demand driven program. Now in this whole G Ramji scheme which government is trying to bring, it will be supply driven. If government has work, they will give it to you. If government has fund, they will allocate that fund for G Ramji. Otherwise, you will not get work. So many things will change, as Gitika and Rishi are stating. So the answer is B. No, it's not. It's supply driven is wrong. It's demand driven. So second is wrong, guys. If you eliminate second, you will get the answer A, 1 and 3 only. So like third is also correct. If in the current Manrega, if government is not providing work, they have to give unemployment allowance. But these things are not happening. They're not even currently giving the stipulated amount which is to be given to these workers, and there is a delayed scenario which is happening. They're getting, they're doing the work right now and they will be getting the payment later on, and there is a delay there. So they're not even getting the unemployment allowance. The basic provision was there has to be an unemployment allowance if they are not provided work. All these things will change with this whole G Ramji scheme, and that's why protests are going on here, there, and everywhere. So the answer is A. As Nisha, Gitika, Nisha, Rishi, are you understanding why the answer is not B? Third is correct. And first is also correct. This is not about G Ramji, this is about Manrega. If Manrega is demand driven. If I am demanding work, I have to be provided work. Provided, it's in rural area. Manrega is in rural area, not in urban area. So B is not the answer, A is the answer, guys. Hope you understood it. Cool. So let's move on. and let's talk about some more stuff. Let's come back to the present and let's talk about today's article. So 29th of December, that is today, page number 18, Science to GS3, Alaknanda, Indian astronomers spot implausibly old spiral galaxy, and that has raised lots of questions. So what is this whole article all about? So there are different types of galaxy, guys. So currently our astronomers, they have observed through this James Webb space telescope, oh my god, space telescope, which is the most powerful space telescope in space, obviously, right? Launched by NASA, but currently three organizations are maintaining it: NASA, ESA, European Space Agency, and CSA, Canadian Space Agency. So this is the most powerful space telescope we have. But it's not like only NASA people will be using it, even Indian astronomers are there, and they have observed a galaxy, spiral galaxy, which they have named as Alaknanda. Again, we have why they have named it Alaknanda, because this Alaknanda name has historical significance associated with India. Let's focus here. So, James Webb Space Telescope. Before this, we had something known as Hubble Telescope. According to Hubble, there are three different types of galaxy, guys. Three, but many people believe the fourth one also. So spiral galaxies, elliptical galaxies, irregular galaxies, and lenticular galaxies. Be with me, you will understand each and everything. So we are talking about James Webb Space Telescope and what Indian astronomers have observed, Alaknanda, etc. But before this whole thing, there was a Hubble telescope, and Hubble classification was that galaxies, you can divide it into thousand other types of galaxies, but Hubble classified galaxies into three types: spiral, elliptical, and irregular. Later on came the fourth type, lenticular galaxies. You have to understand these terms. And then there will be other terms which you have to understand: disk and arms. What is the meaning of these terms? So spiral galaxies, if you see this, they will have both disk and arm. So spiral galaxies. So what is the disk? This circular portion which you are seeing here, this is the disk portion of the galaxy. And these, curvilinear things which you're seeing, this is the arm. So spiral galaxies, they will have a disk, they will have an arm, and they will generally contain new stars. So new stars are getting formed in the spiral galaxy. They can give you Milky Way is a type of spiral galaxy or elliptical galaxy or irregular galaxy or blah blah galaxy. So you have to understand Milky Way is a type of spiral galaxy. It's a new, and spiral galaxies are continuously getting formed. So the new stars which are getting formed, they're mainly getting formed from spiral galaxies, not from elliptical galaxies, which are mostly old stars. Little to new star formation happens in elliptical galaxies. Here, if you see elliptical galaxies, unlike spiral galaxies, you will not see a proper, you will see a disk here, but you will not see any arm, so to say. You could hope you are understanding. Spiral galaxy, the circular portion, that is the disk, and these, the curvilinear shape, this is the arm. So that's what they talk about. Whenever you read about galaxies, you will read about these two terms, disk and arms. So elliptical galaxies, round or oval shape, mostly old stars. Irregular galaxies, they have no such shape. Elliptical, you can see, they're elliptical in nature, they're not circular. Spiral, they have a disk, they have an arm. Irregular, as the name suggests, they are irregular galaxies. There is no disk, arm, and this and that. You cannot define them in a proper shape. Formed due to collisions, contain young stars and gases. So what you're understanding from this definition is elliptical galaxies, new stars, very rare or no new stars. Spiral, irregular, you will have young stars. Lenticular galaxies are somewhere between spiral and elliptical. This shape is lying somewhere between spiral and elliptical. So this is lenticular galaxies. This is a fourth classification. Hubble did not classify lenticular galaxies. It came after, like Hubble classification. Hubble Space Telescope classification talks about three major types of galaxies. Fourth is lenticular, between spiral and elliptical. Disc-like spiral, but without visible arm. If you see lenticular galaxies, so you will see a disc shape, you will see a disc shape, you will see a disc shape, but sometimes they will have some arms. More often than not, they will not have oh my god, they will not have arms like spiral galaxies. So hope you are understanding where we are going with this. Remember these types of galaxies, we'll solve some questions, you will remember them. Now let's come back to this article, what this article is saying and why this is an awesome thing. So our Indian astronomer, using James Webb Space Telescope, they have observed the spiral galaxy. Generally these spiral galaxies takes billions of years to form. They take a lot of time, billions of years. But this is an anomaly. This Alaknanda spiral galaxy is an anomaly because it was formed only in 1.5 billion years old. No, when we are saying that billions of years old means thousand billions of years, 10,000 billions of years. So it's a very, like, this whole Alaknanda and the discovery of Alaknanda by Indian astronomers is raising questions about our understanding. We believe that spiral galaxies take a lot of time, thousands of billions of years. But this galaxy, this whole Alaknanda spiral galaxy, formed only 1.5 billion years after the Big Bang. So now this particular theory, this particular, you know, discovery raises the question whether we know, or whatever we know about galaxy formation theories, whether it is actually correct or not, or do we need to study more about it, So discovery challenges current galaxy formation theories and suggests we need to update our models. We have just seen what galaxy theories Hubble came up with: three types of galaxies, and then the fourth one, lenticular. And again, there can be further sub classification, but these are the three major types. And then the fourth one, the finding is a big achievement. Why? Because Indian astronomers using James Webb Space Telescope found a new spiral galaxy which is forming at a very quicker rate than what was envisioned by the galaxy formation theories earlier. And that's why it is a big achievement, because we are forming, or we are discovering a new spiral galaxy. We are also discovering the fact that it is forming at a much faster rate. All these things are showing that Indian astronomers are awesome. Who are awesome? My voice is gone. So galaxies are classified into three primary types. We have discussed: spiral, elliptical, irregular, and the fourth one is lenticular. We have also talked about the terms disk and arm. What is the basic difference between these terms, disk and arm? What is a disk? What is an arm of a galaxy? Elliptical, spiral, lenticular. Elliptical, generally no new stars. New stars are not there. It will be there in spiral, lenticular, and irregular. So keep these points in mind. James Webb Space Telescope, world's most powerful space telescope. It is there in space, guys, at Lagrange point 2. We are not going to discuss the Lagrange point 2 right now, because we have discussed so many terms here. You will get confused. We'll talk about it some other time. So, and we have talked about that Lagrange point when we have talked about Aditya L1. We will talk about it in future. Don't worry. Just because today the articles would be dense, because we are covering so many days articles. So world's most powerful space telescope launched by NASA 2021, but currently it is operated by NASA, European Space Agency, and Canadian Space Agency. As I have told you, remember the launch year? They can ask you that, and they can give you that Hubble is the most powerful space telescope. That would be wrong. James Webb. And again, you can read all the other stuff. Very good. Oh my god. So classify different types of galaxies and highlight their key characteristics. 10 marks, 150 words. So now, if this question has been asked, as we have discussed, you will talk about Hubble classification and what Hubble talks about different types of galaxies, three types of classification. Hubble talks about spiral, elliptical, and irregular. And then the fourth type, oh my god, fourth type came, that is lenticular, which lies somewhere between spiral and elliptical. And then you will talk about which has disk, which has arm. In this particular question, guys, if possible, please make diagram. In geography related questions, this is the cheat code for you people. Make diagrams as much as possible. So classify, talk about spiral, elliptical. We have discussed this. I'm not reading it. You read it in your free time. Irregular and lenticular. And in conclusion, you can talk about how it is helping us understand galaxy life cycle. How when some stars are there in elliptical, we understand that it is an old star. It cannot be a new star. So again, read all these things. Make diagram if possible in these kind of questions. Let's solve some MCQs now. MCQ 1. The Milky Way galaxy is classified as what? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So, Milky Way galaxy is classified as elliptical galaxy, lenticular galaxy, spiral galaxy, or irregular galaxy. What is the answer? So, any Gitika, they have given the answer. It's a spiral galaxy. Very good here. Next question is MCQ 2. Which of the following galaxies generally show very little new star formation, where you very rarely see new stars? Which type of galaxy? Very good, Anine, Gitika, and Rishi. Spiral, elliptical, irregular, barred, spiral. Which galaxy shows very little new star formation? Spiral, elliptical. Nisha, Gitika has given the answer. The answer is elliptical. So elliptical galaxies show very little new star formation. Again, if you go back and if you read, you will realize that's what we have discussed. So revise these questions, guys. They're important. Revise this article. This is tricky. Lenticular galaxies are best described as what? Perfectly spherical galaxies, intermediate between spiral and elliptical galaxies, galaxies without any stars, galaxies formed only in the recent universe. What is the answer, guys? Chepandis Chepu Telsu Ledu Katu. My voice. When will I get my voice back? Ah, B is the answer, Rishi, of the second question. Lenticular galaxies, perfectly spherical galaxies, intermediate between spiral and elliptical galaxies, galaxies without any star, galaxies formed only in the recent universe. So Annie and Gitika, they have given the answer, Nisha Gitika. B, intermediate between spiral and elliptical galaxies. Really good. Who are good boys and girls? You people are. Okay, let's focus. Next article, today's newspaper only, 29 December, page number 9, GS3. What are rare earth elements and why is everyone looking for them? Because they're cute, just like you people. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so when you will, people will become, more than 10 plus. Currently, many of you are 9 years of age, 8 years of age. So when you will read class 6, 7th, 8th and all, you will read about chemistry, a subject called chemistry. In chemistry, you will read about something called as periodic table. Oh my god. So have a look at this periodic table. When you're looking at this periodic table, very good, Annie, Gitika and Rishi. So you will see a lanthanide series, lanthanum. It is called as lanthanide series because the first element is lanthanum. The last element is lutetium. In our time, there used to be an actor, Imran Hashmi. Very good actor, very family friendly actor. So lut jayenge, lutetium. So lutetium is the last element of this lanthanide series. 57 to 71, they lie separately at the bottom of the periodic table because they have a distinct feature. So you can see here 57 to 71, when you do CSAT also, 71 minus 57 plus 1, so you see 15 elements here, right, from lanthanum to lutetium. So 15 elements plus scandium and yttrium, these 17 elements, they are part of rare earth elements. Oh my god. And why they are part of rare earth, like this we can understand. This lanthanide series, they have similar properties, so they are inside this rare earth element. Why we are putting scandium and yttrium, which is in group 3, inside lanthanide series? Because again, they show similar properties, they exist with these lanthanide series elements, and that's why they are put together. Similar properties exist similarly in similar environments, so that's why scandium and yttrium along with lanthanide series, all of them are known as rare earth elements. 17 elements, keep it in mind guys, only these 17 elements are rare earth elements. There is no other rare earth element. Sometimes, lithium, etc., they are also put inside rare earth element classification, which is actually wrong. We have talked about this. There's a difference between rare earth, critical earth minerals. So 17 elements, lanthanide series, scandium and yttrium. Wow. Okay, let's focus here. So this article, so we have talked about what are rare earth elements via periodic table. So you people, again, you will read about periodic table when you people will grow up. So rare earth elements, 17 special metals we have discussed, lanthanide series plus scandium and yttrium. There is no other element which will be kept under rare earth element category. Why? They're not rare. But again, we have talked about rare earth elements in previous Hindu analysis. We talked about that basically there is something which is very, very critical. Processing. Processing means what? When these rare earth elements you're finding it with other elements and you have to separate them. That process is very complex. China has done an expertise in that processing thing. That's what this article is talking about. And this article is saying that now other countries also have to learn from China. It's not only about mining, it's not only about making magnets. These lanthanide series and scandium yttrium, they have, their electron has awesome magnetic capabilities in the fore of, again, we are not going into the deeper part of this chemistry part. Just understand they're awesome magnets. So it's not only about mining, it's not only about finding rare earth elements or making magnets out of it. We have to focus on processing and refining, which China is doing. It's very complex. It's much more complex than oil refining. Like, when you find oil, then you have to do distillation process and this fractional distillation, this and that, and you separate diesel, naphthalene and all, kerosene from each other. So there is a processing thing which is there for oil refining also. There is a processing thing which is there for rare earth element also. This article is saying that this whole processing thing for rare earth element is much more tougher compared to oil refining, and that's why countries have to learn from China and have to focus on processing and refining of rare earth. And again, mining rare earth can cause environmental problems, including radioactive waste and heavy chemical use, because wherever they are found, sometimes uranium and thorium are also there. So radioactive waste is also. So these are the problems. What are the problems with rare earth elements? India has a rare earth element, but the processing is an issue. We are not expert in that like China. So mining rare earth can cause, and this is the another problem. Processing is one problem, environmental problem is another problem. So two major problems: environmental problems and the processing capability. Very few countries possess it. China is one of them. So again, periodic elements, again, this is it. We don't have to do any more PhD. Japan is focusing on it. There's an island in Japan which is focusing on extraction of this rare earth element. But now this is not only about mining. This is not only about making magnets out of it. It's about focusing on the processing aspect of rare earth element. That's what this article is focusing on. Let's solve some questions now. MCQ 4. In the periodic table, lanthanides are generally shown where it is shown. I have just shown you periodic table. In group 3 as a separate row below the main table in the noble gas block among P block elements. Chepandi's guys, Chepandi's Chepudalzu Ledu fast. So any Nisha, Gitika, Rishi, they have given the answer as a separate row below the main table. Very good. MCQ 5. Scandium and yttrium are included in rare earth elements because why they are included in rare earth elements, although they are not part of the lanthanum series. They are radioactive in nature. They occur with lanthanides in nature and show similar chemical properties. They are noble metals. They are transition metals with 4d electrons only. Chepandis, guys. Chepandis. So Gitika, Annie, Rishi, all of you have given the answer. They occur with lanthanides in nature and show similar chemical properties. Very good. You people are very good. Gitika, Nisha, Annie, Rishi. Very good. B is the answer. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. Mission UPSC programs. You can join it. Prices will increase from 1st January 2026 of these individual programs as well as UPSC Lifetime Success Bundle. You can have a look at these courses. You can know more about it in the post section. If you have any queries, you can send me a WhatsApp message at this particular number, which you can see here. And yeah, join at the earliest. Prices will increase from 1st January 2026. You can also donate if I'm contributing to your knowledge base. Now let's go to 22nd December 2020, means 22nd December, yeah, 2025, page number 22, Science 2, GS1, GS3, Southern Ocean Carbon Anomaly. On this particular day, I got a lot of messages from people that, sir, we are not understanding these science articles. Please kill us all. So Southern Ocean Carbon Anomaly reveals what models can still miss. See, understand one thing, guys. There are 5 oceans. You people may not know these oceans, but there are 5 oceans right now. Pacific Ocean, you have Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and then you have this Antarctic Ocean, which is now known as Southern Ocean, which was recognized in 2000. And this is the most potent ocean. Most potent ocean means what? For carbon absorption. Please understand, again, this is a technical article. You have to be with me. Southern Ocean, Antarctic Ocean, which is lying south of 60 degrees south latitude. When you people will become 18 plus, you will read about latitude, longitude, and all those stuff. So 60 degrees south, beyond this, the Southern Ocean is there. Now it is not the largest ocean. Largest ocean is Pacific Ocean, but even then, this is the most potent ocean when it comes to absorbing carbon. Now here comes the technical aspect. Why Southern Ocean, which is not the largest ocean like Pacific Ocean, not the deepest ocean like Pacific Ocean, why still it is the most potent ocean when it comes to absorbing carbon? So for that, you have to understand basic terminologies associated with oceanography or geography and environment are merging here. So basically what is happening here, see, understand, in Pacific Ocean and all, there are warm waters. If you see oceanography, if you see ocean currents are fast and directed movements of ocean water under the influence of various factors like temperature difference, pressure difference, salinity difference, this and that. Remember, UPSC has already asked a PYQ on definition of ocean currents. It is not slow movement of ocean water, it's fast and directed movement of ocean water. There they have written slow movement ocean currents. Warm and ocean currents. So warm ocean currents means movement of warm ocean water. Cold ocean currents means movement of cold ocean water. Wherever these warm and cold ocean currents meet, they are the most important fishing grounds of the world. Like in Japan, like in Newfoundland, near America and Canada. So most important fishing grounds. So when you talk about Pacific Ocean, you have more warm water compared to, let's say, Antarctic Ocean. If let's say warm water is at the surface, then warm water is lighter, so it will go up. So this warm water, if it is containing phytoplanktons which has absorbed some carbon, if it is going up, it is taking carbon with it. So rather than absorbing more carbon, what will happen? It will release more carbon in the environment when warm water is going into the atmosphere. But in Antarctic Ocean, what happens? Antarctic Ocean is cooler, it's near Antarctica, so cold water is at the top, and below this cold water, you have warm water. This warm water, whatever carbon it has trapped, the phytoplanktons, whatever carbon they have trapped, it is below it, because cold water is heavier, it will not go up. So this cold water in a way is trapping the warm water, which in which is trapping the means carbon. Hope you're understanding what is happening here. Because of the cold water which is lying above the surface, it is trapping the warm water, it is trapping the carbon, it is not allowing carbon to go into the atmosphere. And that's why southern Antarctic Ocean, it is the most potent ocean when it comes to trapping carbon. And now they're saying that because of this global warming, things are changing. Please understand these things, guys. These terms are important. This is a tricky article and you have to understand. So southern ocean carbon anomaly reveals what models can still miss. So southern ocean, very important for earth climate because it absorbs a lot of heat and carbon dioxide. We have just understood why. Colder water is above the warmer water, and because of which warmer water is not going into the environment, thereby not exposing carbon to the environment, thereby absorbing a lot of heat and carbon dioxide. But if this cold water, let's say, because of global warming, if it becomes warmer and warmer and warmer, then it will not be able to trap this warmer water beneath it. So scientists earlier believed that due to climate change, this ocean would stop absorbing carbon dioxide and might even release it back when the temperature becomes higher. But now the real data is showing that no, that is not correct. It is actually still absorbing carbon dioxide. Why? Because of the melting of Antarctic ice waters, a fresh water layer has formed. A cold freshwater layer has formed on the ocean surface, which in a way is again trapping the warm water, thereby not allowing carbon dioxide to escape into the atmosphere, thereby, you know, absorbing more and more carbon dioxide. Oh my god, my voice, guys. So this lighter freshwater layer acts as a lid, stopping carbon-rich deep water from reaching the surface. There are different concepts here, guys. Upwelling, downwelling. We'll not go into that. We'll talk about it some other time. And basically, we're not reading static geography, but hope you're understanding the basic concept. What happens in Pacific Ocean? Why it is not more potent than Southern Ocean? Because of the warmer water, and it is lighter. It goes into the atmosphere, thereby taking carbon with it. So carbon stays trapped under the surface instead of escaping into the air because of this melting of Antarctic ice and a formation of a freshwater layer. But if global warming continues, this lighter freshwater layer will again melt, it will become warmer, it will become lighter, and then it will. This is temporary, right? And we have to curb climate change. We have to curb global warming if we don't want this lid to go away. If it weakens, deep carbon rich water may reach the surface and ocean may start releasing carbon dioxide in the future. So we have to keep a tab on climate change and global warming. Scientists say that this shows the importance of, again, you can read all these things. Hope you understood the basic rationale, how this whole thing is working, and why Southern Ocean is a more potent ocean than Pacific Ocean when it comes to carbon absorption. So keep this in mind. Oh my god, keep this in mind. This is actually important. Let's solve some question. MCQ 6. Consider the following statement about the Southern Ocean and try to use option elimination and try to solve this question. So Southern Ocean absorbs the highest share of human emitted CO2 among the world's ocean, primarily located south of 60-degree latitude, plays a major role in regulating global climate. So maybe you are confused about some statement, but try to do option elimination and try to solve this question. Nisha Gitika, such a good girl she is. So yes, all the statements are correct, guys. It absorbs the highest share of human emitted CO2. We have just discussed why it is more potent than Pacific Ocean. So first is correct, you can eliminate C. Primarily located south of 60 degrees south latitude, I have told you. So second is correct, you eliminate B. Plays a major role in regulating global climate. If it will do first statement, obviously third will be correct. So the answer is D, 1, 2, and 3 as stated by Nisha. B is not the answer, Rishi. D is the answer. All three are correct. Primarily located south of 60-degree south latitude. MCQ 7, PYQ 7, UPSC 2013. I have just told you this particular thing when we were discussing about oceanography, ocean currents and all. So try to solve this PYQ, guys. Ooh, very good, Rishi. What is the answer of this PYQ 7, guys? The most important fishing grounds of the world are found in the regions where what happens? Warm and cold atmospheric currents meet. River drain out large amount of fresh water into the sea. Warm and cold oceanic currents meet. The continental shelf is undulating. So what we have discussed, the most important fishing grounds of the world are where warm and cold oceanic currents meet. Again, revise your static geography, guys. I personally feel, you people focus more on the dynamic part, the current part, and the static part is ignored. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore your static portion, guys. So Nisha, Gitika, Annie, they have given the answer. C is the answer. Warm and cold oceanic currents meet. Nisha is Gitika, Gitika is Nisha. Next article, 22nd December, page 22, Science to GS1, GS3, Super Kilonova, double whammy. Again, a tricky concept, right? What is kilonova? What is super kilonova? What is supernova? What is new or what are neutron stars? So again, there are terms, guys, which we have to understand in this article. And again, you can see a lot of 7C is the answer, Nisha or Rishi. So C, kilonova, super kilonova, and then we'll go to supernova, and then we'll go to neutron star. So when two neutron star collide, they create a bright explosion known as kilonova. Now the point is, what is a neutron star? So let's say, so there is something known as supernova. Supernova is a phenomena when, let's say, a star becomes too big, and then it's a powerful explosion which is happening when a big star runs out of fuel. Sorry. As we say that sun, we also say that sun has an expiry period, right? It's not like you will have sun through eternity. After a certain period, sun will run out of fuel. The fusion reaction which is happening inside sun, that will stop, and then what will happen, sun will die out. So every star, it has to die out somewhere when it runs out of fuel. So when sun will run out of hydrogen, etc., it will die. Similarly, when a big star runs out of fuel and then collapses under the weight of its own, this whole phenomena is known as supernova, guys. Or when two compact stellar objects trigger an explosion. So supernova, when an explosion happens because of various reasons. One major reason is when a big star like sun is running out of fuel, and some other star. So this is supernova. So when they have exploded, after that there is something which is left behind. So sun, if it explodes, there will be a core of sun. We talk about crust, mantle, core of earth. Similarly, there will be a core of sun which will be left behind. So after these kind of massive explosion which happens in a supernova, so the core element which is left behind, that is known as neutron star. And when these neutron stars, they collide, they so hope you're understanding. So what happened via this article, we talked about neutron star, we talked about supernova, now we're talking about kilonova, and then we'll talk about super kilonova. So neutron star, it is the residue after a star explosion. It is the core which is left behind. When two neutron stars collide, they create an explosion, kilonova. And when they're emitting larger energy, that is known as super kilonova. So a super kilonova has been observed. Hope you understood the basic terms and terminologies associated with this article, guys. Neutron star, supernova, kilonova, and super kilonova. So again, scientists studied a bright explosion 1.3 billion light years, and therefore, and they think it is a super kilonova. It is emitting more energy than a kilonova. And why this kilonova happens? When two neutron stars collide. And what is a neutron star? Core part of a left, of a star which has exploded under supernova. So again, it's a tricky part. You will revise it. You will understand it. Don't worry. We'll solve some questions. You will understand each and everything. Let's solve some question. A kilonova event occurs due to what? Collision of two white dwarfs, collision of two neutron stars, collapse of a massive star, merger of two galaxies. So kilonova events, Annie has given the answer, Nisha Kritika has given the answer. Very good. Collision of two neutron star. Collapse of a massive star leads to supernova. Supernova. And when kilonova is emitting more energy, it becomes super kilonova. So hope you understood these terms. Very good, Annie. Very good, Gitika. Very good. Rishi. Next article. Page 20th December. Page number 10, GS to GS3. Government to increase reservation for Agniveers in CAPFs to 50%. So we have talked about CAPF, Central Armed Police Force, paramilitary force, how paramilitary force is different from military force, and different types of military, means CAPF, BSF, CRPF, CISF, ITBP, SSB, and then you have Assam Rifles also, which is under these paramilitary force, and where they are working, what they are guarding. You can have a look at it. We have discussed this. So what will happen now? These, Agniveers, this whole scheme of government, this Agniveer, it was launched in 2022. Why? Why this Agniveer was launched under India's Agnipath scheme? Because our army is getting old, guys. We need people like Rishi to go to borders and fight for us. We don't need people like me to go to borders and fight. I can give lectures, guys. I cannot go and fight for you. That can be done by Rishi. So to ensure that more people like Rishi are getting part of the army system rather than me, this Agniveer scheme or Agnipath scheme was launched, right? So young people are recruited. Army, Navy, Air Force remains young. They serve for 4 years. The problem here was this is a permanent thing. This is a temporary thing rather. Temporary thing means what? Out of 100 receipts, only 25 will be getting a permanent job. Rest 75 will go back to their village and they will start working on Rabi and Kharif crops. Just a joke, guys. So 75% exit the force, receive a financial package. And this government anyway has been accused of sidelining government jobs, and you people were not born in 2014 when India got independence, but after 2014 there has been a trend, like apart from election years, UPSC seats reduced a lot. I was during that period. I know it. So this government has been accused of, taking away government jobs, and God knows where the money, government money or the taxpayer money is going. So many people were not very happy that, this is the prime age when people can do something with their career, with their life, and you're giving them a temporary job. We don't know what will happen to them after 21 years of age. They're exiting the force. So to take care of all those things, this whole news we will talk about. Government is like, okay, and it was not like a small protest which happened. This whole thing became very violent. So now age limit, there will again, government was saying that even if 75% people, Agniveers, they're leaving it, they will get a Seva Nidhi package, lump sum amount, and we will also ensure that they are getting priority when it comes to other jobs. Priority does not mean they will get the job, guys. Priority means government will think and you have an option, or you will get a priority, or hope you're understanding where I'm going with this. So now to allay the fears of the Agniveers, government has announced 50% reservation for in CAPF constable post. Earlier it was 10%, now it has been increased to 50%. Because again, this was a very, very means genuine concern. What will happen to these guys after 21 years of age? They are trained, and they are trained in a military manner. Hope you're understanding. If you're not employing them in proper regions, there will be a disgruntled section of a trained people or young guys you will have who can go into some other areas. Then hope you're understanding where I'm going with this. So you have to give them outlets to, because you have given them training. They're not like any normal people. They have been trained. They know a lot of stuff, but then they are unemployed all of a sudden. So you have to take care of that, and government is taking care of that by reserving 50% of CAPF constable posts for ex Agniveers. Earlier it was 10%. So this has been done, but here they will not take physical test. That has already been done, and that's why they were selected as Agniveers, but they will give a written exam. But reservation has happened. How much this is correct, how much this will bypass the general class and all those stuff, that is a different thing altogether. But yeah, this has happened. Pros and cons you can always talk about. First, Agniveers will join CAPF from 2026. Two phases. First for Agniveers. First of all, the election of Agniveers, or selection of rather Agniveers, will happen, and then the other people will be selected. General class, they may feel disgruntled at what wrong we have done, why our seats are being taken away. But again, that's a different matter altogether. CAPF, you can see all these things. We have talked about CAPF 1,000 times, so I'm not going there. And you see all these things. Let's solve some questions. MCQ 9. The first batch of Agniveers will become eligible for CAPF recruitment in which particular year, guys? 2024, 25, 26, 2030. First batch of Agniveer. Any has given the answer 2026. First batch of Agniveers will become eligible for CAPF recruitment in 2026. Very good, Any, Rishi, and Nisha Gitika. Very good. 19th December, page number 9, opinion GS3. Is the artificial intelligence boom a bubble or what? So this article is talking about, like, there's so much. Every other day we have an article on artificial intelligence or environment, right? And the point is, like, is it too much hyped? Is AI too much hyped? Is it the actual future, or are we just like during 1990s and early 2000s? Same kind of hype was created for dot-com bubble and internet, because internet came in 1990s. At that time so many companies were coming up. So this particular article, 19 December article, is comparing between current boom and bust of whatever of artificial intelligence with the dot-com bubble, which happened in 1990s and early 2000, and how they are same, but different. No money, no honey. So they are saying that same thing which happened in 1990s and early 2000. So many companies came, so many went bankrupt, and same thing will happen with AI. So many companies will come up. Not every company is profitable, but some will survive, some will pave way for the future, how things will happen in future. But it's not like some things are over exaggerated. The amount of jobs it will take away, this and that it will do. It's not exactly like everything, whatever is being told or whatever you're reading right now will be the future. So this article is saying that, and again here, the main point of this article is comparison of current time with the dot-com era. They can ask you this particular term. What is the basic meaning of the term dot-com era? The dot-com era is 1990s, when third industrial revolution came. We generally associate the invention of or the discovery of internet, whatever you want to call it, with the third industrial revolution. We are currently going through fourth industrial revolution during the period of AI, big data, ubiquitous computing. So this 1990s and the early 2000 period was the dot-com era. You may have Orkut was the like, you may have seen many companies, many of them have not survived. How many of you still use Orkut? Facebook, I don't use it, and not many people use it. So these all things you're seeing from the dot-com era. Many companies are there, many companies have not survived. Same thing will happen with AI also. You see chat gpt, Gemini, this and that, some will survive, some will not. And there will be same scenario, like it's like history repeating itself. The things which happened in the dot-com era, funding was happening at a rapid pace, and then there was AI winter. AI winter means when the funding drops. Same thing will be seen in this AI era also. So, like, what I can say here is, fasten your seatbelt, just enjoy whatever is happening, and just don't take every word to your heart. Not whatever is being, or what everything is being stated in the AI era, it will translate into reality. Hope I'm making some sense here. So funding drops again. Read these things. Financially, many AI companies will fail. Top technology will continue improving, just like Google survived. Some other companies survive. Similarly, here also in AI era, some companies will survive, maximum will fail, and we will gain something out of it. So let's wait and watch. Let's keep on learning whatever AI boom is giving us or imparting or telling us. So AI boom has some bubble elements, but it is also a real term, long-term technological shift. So some shift will happen, and that's why we keep on talking about World Economic Forum reskilling revolution. The only way to survive in this world is to keep on updating yourself. You know, there was a dot-com era, there's an AI era, and maybe 10 years, 20 years down the line, there will be something more. So the only way you can survive is by reskilling revolution. Keep on updating your skills, which is stated by WEF. Just like I will have a government job, I will work 10 to 5, and then I will do nothing. That will not help you survive in this particular age and era, guys. Hope you are understanding. MCQ 10, which of the following describes dot-com era, or best describes dot-com era? My voice is gone, my voice is gone. My voice is gone, my voice is gone. In our time, there was an actor, Allu Arjun. There was a movie of his, in that, Arya 2. In that, he sung this song. My voice is gone. What is dot-com era? Chepandies, guys. A period when computers were first invented, a phase of rapid rise and collapse of internet-based companies, a phase of government monopoly over the internet, a phase of global cyber warfare. Nisha Gitika is such a good girl. Okay, so MCQ 10 is a homework for you. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. Join this Telegram channel. I will share this in the analysis PDF unannotated by 9:30 a.m. You can post your score. You can join these courses individually, or you can join Lifetime Success Bundle. Prices will increase from 1st January 2026. Oh my god. You are your own competition. You're not competing with anybody else. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Have trust in yourself. You can also donate if I'm adding to your knowledge base. Wow. So that's it from me, guys. I'm going now. Tikashe. So I will see you people tomorrow at 8 a.m. Thank you, Nisha Gitika. And thank you, everyone else. Bye bye. Take care. Be blessed. Tata. Bye bye. Sabakher.